Hey there UKDCers, I have another knife from the pass around group here on the table today. This one sadly isn't UK legal to carry because it has a cutting edge of 3.5 inches. An interesting knife nonetheless though, and this one is Paddy's knife. Thank you very much for letting me take a look at this, bud. This one is a lovely slip joint still, although it is still, like I said, way too big. But this is a really nice size. I wish we could carry something like this, or at least a lock. Like if it's going to be that small locket, you could really do such a solid day's work with something like this. This is the Queen Mountain Man, in case you hadn't read the description yet, and you've got that etching on the blade there. You have that on the actual Titus wheel and all that just down here. And absolutely nothing on this side. Got a crazy little wave going through there, and this is D2, which is, I'm told, quite rare for the time. You got this beautiful wood. Like, this is really lovely. I think the only knife I've seen with wood this like on par with this would be the burr wood from the ADV that I actually got to look at in another pass around. That one belonged to Eric from Slick Slicers. But this one's wonderful. You got your lanyard hole here, like the that way up. Crest shield there. It doesn't have a huge kick, and it does appear. I've had a wee look at this already. It does appear you can see that shiny spot there. To either that was done with use, or it might have because there is it lines up with this pin. I'm going to assume where it goes over this pin, there's a little bit of blade wrap, so I'll be closing this one carefully so as to not inflame that. But it really does feel nice in hand. It's a nice strong pull. I think this was like 1.1 kilograms close. You're welcome to check that in my description. Really feels the hand. Look at that. It's a beautiful clip point. You got these lovely what I assume are nickel silver bolsters. You have these brass liners here. Like I say, I could have done with a stop pin, but this is a very early design, so let's actually close that. And done really well, certainly well enough for my liking. There's a couple of minor flaws like down here, but overall it's, this is just such a good working man's knife. If we were allowed to carry something this substantial, I'd very much consider something like this. You'd be able to tackle such a variety of problems with this, as well as just the length for cutting things open and stuff, and slicing an apple even, you'd be able to get all the way through it. Not too heavy, very nicely crafted. And like I said, those covers, that wood is just gorgeous. Really thoroughly impressed with this one. It's quite akin to the size of, I don't know, probably something like this. Yeah, it's not a small knife. For reference, here's like a UK legal size slip joint, and you can see it's, especially on the handle side, it's a lot smaller. Though nonetheless useful. Looks to be a flat grind. But yeah, there's not much else I can say about this without having used it. You even got like a little sharpening choil there. I think the big standout things I can see about this, from here, from just a quick look, is that it really wants more of a kick. I mean, it looked like maybe it had one at some point and they just chiseled it off. But it looks like the kick wants to come out to about here to really protect that bit there in the middle, just here. Although I'm not sure if that is, but I'm not going to sharpen someone else's knife and then close it and see if it blunts. That's up to Paddy if he wants to do that or leave it. I'm not going to piss around with someone else's property. No half stop or anything, which is again something I love. Yes, if you had the kick, it would probably come up to about, so actually you can't have that kick because you'd have the end of the blade exposed just a tiny little bit like that. So what it really needs is a stop pin, is the only way to solve that one, unfortunately, but there you go. It's a lovely knife nonetheless, though. It really, this is another one, I really hate showing a knife like this on camera because it's something that really warrants coming and seeing in person, but of course there's not really a good way to do that over the internet. But there you go. Thank you very much. Cheers.